Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Wednesday, 12th of February, 2025. So the synoptic situation there, and this was as of midnight last night. See, there's two low pressures, one to the east, one to the west of us, with associated frontal clouds. This is what you had yesterday with the really low cloud, which didn't really help with any flying at all, although they did make a few launches. But if I run this forward to midday today, you can see the frontal system. The one that was given us a problem yesterday is now headed off, certainly into northern Europe. However, we're still left with the dregs of that, and maybe some preceding low cloud from the next system that's going to hit us. So if we look at the cloud base satellite sat pic, you can see there's a frontal system down here. The dregs are running away there, and the advancing front is the next thing out there to the west. But we're under an area, basically, it's going to be mild. There's going to be moist, lowish cloud initially, but I'm hoping as the sun increases, that some of that cloud will actually lift a little bit more than it did yesterday, and we should be able to get some flying done later on this morning, and certainly for the whole of the afternoon. There's no rain at all associated with with that lower cloud over us. And if I look at the Met Office predicted rain forecast, actually we're pretty well clear here for the day. There are some showers north of us. And the odd little spot of rain is showing up here and there, but I don't think it's going to be an issue for us throughout the day. Odium is giving us 5 knots from the northeast, broken cloud at 2,500 foot, but with it temporarily between 9 and 10. Visit 4,000 meters, which is probably what we've got now, and scatter cloud at 500 feet, and temporarily between 10 and 2, scatter cloud at 800 feet. And after 2 o'clock, it's saying scatter cloud at 1,500 feet. I think that's a little bit pessimistic. If we look at Farnborough, make sure we got the latest from them. Yeah, so they got 4 knots from the northwest, broken at 3,000. But between 9 and 10, visit 5,000 meters with mist. And then from 2 o'clock onwards, broken cloud at 1,400. So we've got this lower level of cloud, which is going to be broken on and off, and then nothing up till about 3,500 to 3,000 feet. So it really depends how this low cloud is going to play for us today. Spot winds are giving us an easterly wind at 10 knots to the north and to the south of us, and windies giving us a nice steady 5 knots from the northeast direction pretty well throughout the day. So this at 3 o'clock this morning, if I run that through up till 3 o'clock this afternoon, 7 knots northeasterly. Local forecast again was overcast throughout the day, wind northeasterly 6 knots. Visibility medium initially, and then good from 11 o'clock onwards. GFS is giving us a max temperature today of 6 degrees and a dew point down at 0. View outside the window at the moment, so very slack northeasterly flow and overcast. And the local forecast station is giving us 2.2 degrees, dew point down at 0.6 at the moment. Interestingly, top meteo. So I ran this because this is for the possible thermals later on today. So from 9 o'clock, clearly nothing. But if I run that through to around about, this is saying now from about 12 o'clock onwards, maybe even some broken cumulus to about 2,000 feet. 2,400 maybe this afternoon. So it is quite positive that there's going to be a clearance of sorts that we can certainly use. And sky sight is sort of similar in that we're going to be overcast throughout the day, but this cloud is going to raise up to 2,000 feet, 2,200 feet or thereabouts. But they've got a steady 5 knot wind from the northeast throughout the day. And if I look at the cloud cover from sky sight, is going to clear up to about 2,000 foot from about 11:30, and the overview for today, well, let me come in, there's a cross section. low cloud to around about 11 o'clock, then raising quite significantly up to about 2,000 feet, and maybe even a little bit of thermic activity underneath. No TAMs then, I'll just mention the local ones as usual. 12 is a RAT, UAS only at Oak Hanger. 15 is live firing at Winchester, surface to 1,100 feet. 16 is firing of illuminance, but that's going to be this evening. 17 in the same area as flare firing, that's at Rushmore from 5 o'clock onwards. And 21 and 2021 is Ash Ranges open today, active today, surface to 850 feet. And 22 and 23 are firing explosives at Blackwater, surface to 1,200 feet, and flare firing at Camberley at 7 p.m. onwards. So operationally today then, there's a Met Office cross-section. Here's the big gap I was talking about between the low crud we got at the moment and the upper cloud. But you can see the cloud base is steadily rising and should be around about 1,500-1,800 foot lay. All depends on these gaps here, how big these gaps are going to be, because it's not inconceivable we could maybe get cloud base up at 2,500 feet. Winds steady northeasterly 3 knots, no warnings. There is one twin on the maintenance check flight today, taken off 1 o'clock, landing just after 2. This low cloud slowly rising to 2,000 foot by mid-afternoon. Got bet on with Nigel about how high it's going to get. Hopefully he won't win, and I will. Grass is still very wet on the north and the south side of the airfield, and you may or may not have seen some pictures yesterday. It is very, very wet. Careful with the wheel brake use, therefore, on the grass, please. We have 4 K21s booked this morning with instructors and students. Now that's for the whole day, sorry, not just the morning. We do require an instructor for a visitor on a casual list. We have a Dutch visitor who's here this week, Quinton. He did fly with Al Greensmith yesterday. But if we do have an instructor available to fly with him, I'm sure he'd appreciate that. Remaining 2-seaters are available for any casual flying if required. SH3 and 6 and 9 are booked, but all other single-seaters are free. We'll set up on 09, north side for winching, south for aerotow. Hurry up and wait, I guess, is what the expression's used, but I will set the runway up straight away. Taking off on the runway, landing on the grass, north and south. Misting canopies, always a problem at this time of year, so just a quick mention. Remind again about the buggies, and the simulator probably get used quite hotly this morning, but it is available. So airfield layout then, 09 in use, winch on the north side. Winch will be on the north side of the grass using the extender bar down the side of the runways, and any aero towing, if we do, will be on the south side. Okay, well, I will go and get the launch equipment out on the airfield now, and I'll see you guys later. We'll keep an eye on the weather and try to make the most of it if and when we can. See you later. Bye.